Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another video. Today is going to be day three about my AI LLM journey. After following along with Ed Donner's Udemy course, after watching it, basically today's journey and learning outcome was, opening the day one Jupyter notebook and basically installing the extensions, the Jupyter extension and Python extension. Once that is, you could see done. So that's installed along with Python. Basically, then the OpenAI API key um, was then also imported and placed in the .env file right here. I'm not going to show you the OpenAI key, but basically that was then going to be needed into running this Jupyter notebook. What I'll show you here. So this is the installing the necessary extensions and selecting the kernel that I did, the Python version, and then now basically importing the environments. So we have importing .env file, which then reads the OpenAI API key, importing the scraper to later on show to using this utility function, and then importing OpenAI model. So run this. There you go. And then I'm connecting to the OpenAI for or to run the chat models. Later on in the future videos, Ed is going to show us about how to run Olama LLM model locally here to avoiding the cost of calling the chat GPT models, um, so you can use the free version as well. So basically, here's it. Load.env override true. API key is os.get environment. OpenAI API key has to be in this name as well. And then checking the key. So it checks whether the key is available or not. And here I'm running it again. API key was found and looks good so far. So now we're going to call the frontier model. So message equal to hello chat GPT-5. This is my first ever message to you. Hi. Message is equal to role, the user. The content will be this message, that prompt. If I run it again, messages, here it is, role user, and the content is hello GPT-5. This is my first ever message to you. Hi. Now, if I want to call OpenAI model running at cloud, response.chat.completions.create. Model is GPT-5 Nano, so we're using the Nano one's more smaller and it's also faster. So that's why it's not going to really cost a much, you could say, tokens. It's going to be less. And then the messages will be equal to that messages right here, which is this one. And then response.choices zero, which basically takes the first item list of that response and then show me the message content. And now it's going to take some time because we're calling it now on cloud, OpenAI. Hi there, nice to meet you. I'm ChatGPT to help you with questions, writing, coding, learning, planning, and more. Would you like a quick tour? And then you can basically, read it. So, and then onwards, the the fetch website content is basically the utility that we've imported, and then that basically calls a link to the URL, and the website then it provides a content summarize. So yeah, the website content from this URL link. Paste this here, and then types of prompts. So then we looked into types of prompts. There's a system prompt and user prompt. So basically, in ChatGPT, when you get that search or that box block where you enter the prompt for ChatGPT, that's us as a user prompting it. So it's a user prompt. There's a conversation that starts that they should reply to back to us, the user. The system prompt that tells them what task they are performing and what tone they should use. So it's basically that the ChatGPT kind of, when you can see it thinking or reasoning behind the scenes, that's what the system prompt is that we can kind of assign it. So, for example, if we want to define our own prompt, is that you are a funny assistant that analyzes the short contents of a website and provide a short, humorous, and kid-friendly funny summary, ignoring text that might be navigation related. So this is a system prompt that I'm kind of tailoring it and making a boundary for the ChatGPT model to follow. Now, for the user prompt, it's kind of for us as a user to prompt it in this context that here are the contents of this website, provide a short summary of this website, and if it includes news or announcements, then summarize these too. And now we then create a role, and the role is going to be, it's like a dictionary, a list, messages list. In the messages list, I've created a dictionary which is a key value pair. So key is role, value system. So, and then another one, content. The content will be the system prompt, the system messages, which is you are a funny assistant. The role is a user. And then another one, content of the user, is that what is 2 plus 2. And if I then create a chat model from GPT, OpenAI running on cloud, which is 4.1 Nano, with the messages, which is calling this list here, and then give me the first list of choices, the message content. If I run it, it's going to give me 2 plus 2 equals 4. Easy as pie. Wait, no pie involved here. So if I can change it here to you are not you, instead of you are funny, you're a mean assistant. Now it's going to say it's practically elementary. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Did you really need to ask? So yeah, that's kind of uh, way LLMs are, and you can fine tune it. So just a demo version of it, and then you can create a function for the messages instead of creating it manually and being repetitive and iterating it over and over again. Create a function for that message list, for the system prompt and user prompt. Um, and yeah, basically that was it on today's video lecture, what I've learned. And I'm going to continue on. And the exercise at the end of the video was to basically create our own personal prompts. So I've made one. System prompt is you're a football expert in sports and you know every single information and facts about the footballing world, whatever. And then the user prompt is provided a two-line response or summary of the answer. And then I've provided the message list with the dictionary, key value role system. The content will be the system prompt that I've already defined it, so follow that. And then the role user, with the content being what is the year Spain won the World Cup. And then the response will be creating a chat model with GPT 4.1 Nano. Messages will be referring to those messages where the chat model is going to be behaving as a footballing expert that I've defined as a system prompt, and then me as a user prompt having to define it as a two-line response, but as what is the year Spain won the World Cup, and then when printing it, this is the answer: Spain won the World Cup 2010. It was held in South Africa, and then there you go. So just a little extra practice, and I'm gonna read more about what types of prompts are there, like zero shot prompt, and then the context window tokens, just to understand the whole picture as well. Overview, front end layout of LLM models, and yeah, that's mainly it. And now I'm also documenting it as well, um, here on the Notion page. So day one, day two, day three. So this is going to be week one, and then have the resources of the courses. I'm going to be putting it here. So I'm using Notion to document my journey as well, roadmap that I can also share as well. So please let me know what you guys think. Um, Feel free to let me know your thoughts as well, what you like to cover or want to see in the next video. But yeah, I'm going to continue more next day. Take care, stay safe, bye bye.